I remember walking out the doors to the Saney's ramp. And even though I knew going in, probably this was happening, leaving and going like, that story's over. I'm leaving without a baby. My name is Steph, and I've been married to Joe for 11 years. About 8 of those 11 years, we just did life, the two of us, and then entered the realm of having a family.
So I feel like for that 8 years, a lot of that time was just me trying to figure out, like, am I ready? And even when he came, I was so not ready.
We added Lincoln to our family back in 2017. We grew to know who he was over the years, and he's so much fun now.
Lincoln was the second baby that I ever held in my life. People would try to hand me their babies, and I just wouldn't even hold it. Like, they would set it on me, I would just be like, I'm good. And then Lincoln came, and I'm like, all right, it's my kid, so if I break them, I bought them.
We decided that we could be open to the idea of having a second child. Like, you just don't know what's really gonna happen. Fast forward a bit of time. I think I thought I was maybe pregnant, which was really fast on this timeline. I know I'm a planner. Like, I wanna plan it all out how it goes. And
so the day that she told me that she was pregnant, we're sitting in the living room, and out of nowhere, she just says to me, I think I'm pregnant. I took a pregnancy test. It's in the bathroom. My reaction was like, are you kidding me? Like, go get it. You can't say that and have that there. Like, go get it. So she did, and she was, and this is normal life. Boom, you're pregnant. Like,
we were excited about it. After I found out we were pregnant, I spent a lot of time putting down names of like, what would we call the baby?
There was some excitement for me just thinking about, who is this kid? The magnitude that, like, this is a person, and this person is going to be a part of our world, and this person could be the greatest thing that we've ever done in this world.
Go in for an ultrasound, which was not the traditional 8-week ultrasound. It was kind of like the big deal ultrasound. And I remember like sitting in the ultrasound room, and like they have the screen, and the lady's like so nice. And you look up at the screen and you know what it's supposed to look like because we've done this before. And I was like, that's not what it's supposed to look like. This isn't gonna happen. The statistics of like 20 to 25% of pregnancies end this way, you're like, okay, this is not abnormal. That doesn't fix any of like your reaction, what you thought was gonna happen, because it just hijacks the whole plan.
I just remember just being angry that I couldn't fix what was going on because I have the ability to do so many things. But this was one of the things in my life that, like, no matter what I wanted, it wasn't going to change.
I couldn't even think of what I was feeling because I was so busy. I just knew that it was important to stop and slow down and, what am I feeling? Is that true? Because I think sometimes like what you're feeling isn't even necessarily true of the world or true of God or true.
I remember just listening to songs that I used to love and like that he's close, and that when you're dealing with things that he's there, but those weren't the things that consoled me. I needed to search after like who he really was. There was a song that popped into my head. It said, break my heart for what breaks yours. And it was kind of a shift in that thinking of being angry and just understanding. Who is this God that understands what we go through, but is with us?
It's a false conception that we can plan out our lives because everybody has stuff that happens and kind of changes the trajectory. The hardest thing is trying to go alone. Like if we went through this alone, whether it be friends or without our faith and without being able to turn to God, there's just no hope in that plan. It's all resting on our own shoulders of being able to just muster through it.
I had the picture of who Lincoln is. I love him beyond words. Don't I think that God loves me like that? Or loves Lincoln like that? Or loves the baby that didn't happen just as much? Like, this isn't an unfounded hope. Like, we have a picture of who he is. I just think about the pain that he experienced in this world and how he chose the life that he had. I didn't choose the pain that I have. God himself chose the pain that he had.
The story of Christmas is like that God is with us. There is like this hope of who he is and what he offered that was bigger than our circumstances. Some of like the sweetest moments that I can remember from this whole process of like friends who were with us through the pain. I had a friend that's called me and said, "What kind of Starbucks do you want?" and dropped off Starbucks at work for me. Or another friend that like literally just made a chocolate cake and brought it on over and said like, "I know this doesn't fix anything." It's such small but so meaningful actions that said like, I'm gonna take time out of my day and say like, I'm with you on this.
Purpose can be found in who Jesus is and who he says that you are. You're loved. You are somebody that he came to this world for. Like, we're talking about baby Jesus, but sometimes we mistake that baby Jesus is also cross Jesus. And that baby Jesus chose to come as a baby, but he also chose to die on a cross.
We're not in control, and quite frankly, like, we've surrendered to say, I'm not in control. And feeling very confident that there is a hope in that, and there's a beauty in that I couldn't make myself. And we just don't know that story yet.